Thank you, Matt. As we celebrate KVOA's 70th anniversary, we're taking a look back at some of the biggest local stories in the history of Southern Arizona. Many of you may have read about them, watched our coverage of them, or even been a part of them. News 4 Tucson's Robbie Reynold takes us back to the middle of the last century, shortly after KVOA was first established.
So many major events have happened here in Southern Arizona. Even back in the 1960s, there was a gruesome crime spree that captured the attention of national media throughout the country, while Tucsonans lived through it here at home. Charles Schmid was a Tucson native who came to be known as
Pied Piper of Tucson by Life magazine because of his ability to lure teenagers into doing things with him and keeping his secrets.
Lisa Espich is the daughter of Richard Bruns, a friend of Schmid who turned him into police and later wrote a book on the crimes. Between 1964 and 1965, Schmid murdered 3 women. He was found guilty in 1966. The trial was not only covered by KVOA, but the likes of Life, Playboy, and Time magazine on a national level. The Pied Piper story ended in prison.
Schmid was stabbed by 2 inmates 47 times. He later died from his injuries.
Pioneer Fire obviously was probably the most consequential tragedies that ever happened in Tucson.
The 1970 fire took one of Tucson's prized possessions and nearly destroyed it. The Pioneer Hotel was a popular high-rise building then. 29 people were killed in the flames. At the time, Howard Weiss was the assistant city manager for public information.
Heard all the sirens going and looked downtown and saw smoke and orange color, flames, and I said, this might be the Pioneer, I better check it out. So I walked the 4 blocks to Stone Avenue, turned the corner and saw the Pioneer in flames.
Also at the scene that day was former KVOA reporter Iola Johnson.
It still gives me goosebumps till this day. The sign at the Pioneer was still operating, and it was Hotel Pioneer, and it read what was left showing Hot Pion. I get goosebumps when I think about it.
Lewis Taylor was arrested for the fire and spent 40 years in prison before he was released in 2013 on a no-contest plea deal. The controversy over his exoneration is still in court today. At the Pioneer Hotel, Robbie Reynold, News 4 Tucson.